Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Now today we are going to be finishing up taking apart everything on the front end that we need to do. There's not a whole lot to do on this front end left. We're going to pull like the wipers and the plastic valence out of the front. This guy right here, that bumper transition panel, the holder for the hood, stuff like that. And then we will get started on the back of the car. So let's get to it. Alrighty, so like I said, we are getting started with the more on the Mustang build today. I know you guys are probably wondering by now, going, damn, is he recording all these videos on the same day because he's wearing the same blue shirt? Not the same blue shirt, I just have more than one. So, kind of going to be my look, I think, for working on stuff at the channel. Don't know why, just what I decided works. So, we are moving forward with another day of building. We're going to take off these hood latchet, or these hood hangers here. I am thinking about trying to modify these to fit with the new old hood when we swap that on. But for now they got to come off so we can set everything together, but we will keep these, see if we can reuse them. We are going to pull this plastic valence off, like I said. We're also going to be pulling this plastic transition panel, the hood holder, and this guy here, and then we'll transition to pulling some stuff off the back here, such as trunk lid, rear bumper, tail lights, that sort of stuff. I am debating on trying to use this spoiler. Light's weird. There we go. This spoiler on the other body. Once we get everything kind of out, we'll see if it sits well on there. I kind of like the look of this spoiler, but I have no idea how it'll look on a 66 body. So that's what we're kind of looking at right now. Then our last part that we'll do, we'll be trying to remove this convertible top, which might be fun. The benefit, I think, with the convertible is a lot of these Mustang builds don't have the ability to still use the back seats. A lot of times they got to pull these guys out because they just don't work with these older bodies. I am hoping to retain the back seats. We're a little bit longer back here. The back seats are moved. They seem like they're in a slightly different spot. Sorry if there's wind noise right now. I've been around a couple different Mustangs of this era, and it seems like these seats are mounted completely differently. You guys can let me know if you guys know in the comments or not. But I'm hoping we'll be able to retain these back seats with the coupe body, and that they'll work. Because I'd really like to have these back seats. I know they're more of a decorative thing in Mustangs anyway. That's always been the joke. But I'd still like to have them here rather than trying to do some sort of weird just tray back there to hold stuff. So we're going to try and retain these. They're in good shape. They are dirty and dusty, and we need to clean them, of course. But along with everything else in this car. But I'd like to be able to keep them. So that is the goal. So let's set the camera up, and we'll get busy on the front first, and then move back here. Sorry, camera cut off. Got too hot again. Yeah, so far, basically, the only thing I'm having an issue with is getting the windshield wipers off. Those are splined, and so it's a little difficult to pull those off. But we'll just keep working at them. Other than that, I've got the valence off on that side where the cabin air filter is. We'll take a look at that, and we'll keep going. Pretty good though. we're going to start with the back end of the car now. And we're going to start by taking off the rear bumper, trunk lid, taillights. Getting closer every day. Do it. Alrighty, so part of the work was already done for me in the trunk here. These were already pulled off. The panel was still in place, but it was all loose. We will check underneath here, see what we got. Got a Space Saver spare tire, and tire jack. Another dime down there in the bottom. Yeah. Car's getting cheaper every day. 1997, I think that is. So, not sure what this is. This side up. Fomaco. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody knows what that is, let me know. Got some more. Oh, that's what's left of my driver's window, or mirror, after the accident. Here's some of the clips for the back. I wonder why they took that apart. There's no accident back here, so. So yeah, for now we're taking the bumper off though, so. Same as before. Unhook these. And I don't really know how these bumpers come out. I'm thinking I'm going to pull the taillights first, which is easy enough, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, we're going to start with the taillights, then we'll pull the bumper. So there are 3 bolts that hold on, or 3 nuts that hold on the taillights on each side. So I believe they're an 11 mil. We'll go find out. So the light works a little differently on this than the doors. There's actually a lever or a switch that it pushes here to shut the light off. So we'll have to work on a workaround for that. Be cool to still have a trunk light, and we could maybe reuse that system on the old car. And with that, we should be able to pull the taillights now. Tail light out. These look like somebody's been into here. This is a very poor repair job here. So I'm wondering if someone spliced in the like strobe effect on these, or it looks like they cut the wires on the backup lights. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But at least it's just on this side, so if nothing else, we can just get a new taillight harness, and then it'll be fine when we put the car back together with the old body on it. So let's go ahead and pull that other taillight real quick. So yeah, someone was definitely into the taillight wiring on that other side. This side's completely fine, so it looks like it's factory. I don't know what they did on this side. Said they definitely cut. So let me show you guys this. They definitely cut some wires here and wired something back in. So I don't know if they were doing a bulb replacement or I don't know what they were doing here. Something's definitely weird. But like I said, those are terribly crimped on. Looks like they almost had something else spliced into here. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, but we don't need this part anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, basically, I'm not entirely sure how this bumper's attached. I'm going to crawl underneath it, see if I can see some bolts, and see if we can pull those off. My guess is maybe most of this is held on from the wheel wells like it was with the front bumper. So we're going to start by pulling the screws out of the front bumper, or the front of the rear bumper, and see how much that loosens up. I see two little clips here on the back is all. But otherwise, I'm not sure. You might just have full clips. It seems pretty solid. Okay, so I think you just pull these two screws and then this whole thing kind of just starts pulling away. We're gonna go do it fresh on the other side so that way you guys can see. So I haven't touched this side, I just undid the screws. So then you just kind of pull and it just starts peeling away. If you pull, then that pops. And then it seems like there's something holding it in the middle. So, oh, yeah, right there. So we'll pull those. Looks like there's 4 of them. Yep. And then we'll see if it pops off. There's also 2 clips up underneath here. Right where that tab's hanging, kind of right here. There's a plastic just clip, one of these guys, that holds it there. So, not too bad. A little confusing, but not too bad. Let's go ahead and grab. These are 11s for anybody playing along at home. Weird sizing. Everything's a different size on this. I don't know why. So far it has been mostly one of those 4 sockets though, so. And that's gone forever. Okay. Shit. We dropped like all of those. We'll hope that we have some access into that later. But let's see if she pops off. Oh yeah. So we gotta pop it out of this side. And we got a light connector here. That unclips right there. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you guys can see that. Basically, you just push this. Basically, you just push this clip here and pull up. No, did do that with one hand. Damn, hopefully you guys saw that. And the rear bumper is free. We can go into our massive pile of parts here. So, yeah, not too bad. See if we can fish those nuts out of that part, because don't want to put up with that sound. And our other camera, battery just died on. So, yeah. We'll see if we can fish those out. I should be able to just reach in one of these two holes. Roll them down to the center. Pull out that piece of plastic too. 2 out of the 4, so we can pull this guy out. I don't even know what this is for. It looks like a vent for the trunk. Push, push. I'm gonna guess you pull. Let me get a battery for the other camera so we can get that back up and running. Hate to miss out on my time lapse, and we'll keep going. We are also going to take off these foam bumper supports. Probably just pull these off. Yeah, there we go. Because we won't need those anymore. Bam. Cool. And we'll unbolt these guys too. It's starting to look less and less like a Mustang. And more like a skateboard. We also will have to take apart all these. So, a little bit of work to do. Alrighty, camera died, but we're back. We are working on taking off these little plastic supports and the little vents. So our best friend here is going to be the straight slot screwdriver. Okay, the last step for this is the trunk lid. We're going to unhook the wiring first. Going. Easy peasy. Ooh. For those of you that didn't catch that, I just plowed my elbow back into the metal like trunk latch bolt area anyway, when I was pulling that off of that hanger, so not a good feeling, but it's off. Now we can unbolt the trunk, and that is these 3 bolts on each side, and that will take the trunk off. Like I said, we might use this spoiler on the build, but for now we'll just take it off with the trunk lid. I'm not that concerned about it. So looks like 10 mil again. Kind of crappy to reach spot, but we'll get it done. Trunk lid should be completely free now, so let's go ahead and try and take it off. little more top heavy than I thought. Luckily, there wasn't a window back there. To the parts pile. Okay, so I do want to go ahead and pull the liner out of this trunk now, especially where it's going to be exposed to weather now if we do get any. As you guys may have noticed, we're not working in a shop, so it's grueling garage for a reason. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pull this trunk liner out. I don't know how long that's going to take. It's got some fiddly little clips, so we'll do what we can. We're going to pop these back on the windshield wiper arms as well, just because we might actually need these. And I'm collecting a jar of bolts off of this car, but I did not bother to label them. We should not need 90% of them, but these two I know I'm going to need, so we're going to put them back on. No real goodies in the trunk, unfortunately. You know, usually you find stuff. I just got all the normal jack hardware, but there's one tag for a large embroidered tee from Walmart for $9. So that gives us insight into who used to own this car. So I should have shown you guys, there was water in this back bottom corner of this car. You can still see there's still some dampness in there. But all I did is I just pulled that little rubber plug. I threw it in here, it's right here. Just pulled that little rubber plug and drained out some water. So I may have caught it on the other camera there. I don't know for sure. We'll see when I go to watch the footage if I did. But otherwise, we're pretty much done back here. Got the bumper off, got the tail lights off, trunk lid off, gasket out. We pulled all the little plastics off of here. We have to pull these vents still. Not a huge deal on those though. They'll probably end up getting cut off anyway. So we're in pretty good shape there. If you can look, the convertible top, the motor for that is right there. So this is the only unknown going into this car. I've never watched someone do one of these on a convertible, so it might be a little more challenging or a little better. I'm not really sure. That is going to be the next thing that we tackle in the next episode, is trying to get this convertible top out, and then we'll do the doors last, and then we'll be ready to start cutting. So we are a lot of work in a short time. I mean, this has been just a couple days, and we already have this car pretty much stripped down. So we're very close. I mean, we're looking at a couple bolts here and here for the doors, and convertible top is the big question mark at this point. I don't know what it's going to take to pull this out. I would like to pull it out in one piece, try to resell it. The convertible top's in great shape, as you guys have probably seen. We'll go ahead and roll it back out now. Battery is hooked up. So yeah, we'll go ahead and roll this back up so you guys can see this, because it is in fine shape. All the glass is good. I'm not sure how to get this piece out. We might have to try and bend or pull that to try and get that piece of glass out. It is still functional. So go ahead and hop in here. Make sure the radio's off. Yep. Here's that convertible top. And surprisingly, there is no damage to it at all in the accident. It still works. And these even roll up and down still. So, I am very impressed that that stuff still works. Of course, you gotta massage it a little bit to get her in place to latch her down, but not that we're doing that right now. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that this works and that it's in good shape. I suppose we can look at the outside. So yeah, top is in good shape. No issues with it whatsoever. So I don't know if it's factory top or if it's been replaced or what, but in very good shape. It will be for sale if somebody needs convertible top for a Mustang. Pretty cheap. It's going to be big and bulky. I don't want to store it. I have no idea how it's going to come out with those weird lines and everything. Hopefully it all comes out together. Might have to get some help to get that out. But the trunk's all stripped out. Here we got our harnesses for our lights here is about the only thing. I'm not sure. That might be the electronic boot release. I don't really know what this say on it, what it is. No, not really. I don't know what that is for sure. But we'll figure it out. Go ahead and put this top back down. I will say I don't think it goes quite all the way down like it's supposed to. It catches on this pillar, but maybe, you know, like I said, I don't know anything about these Mustang convertible tops. So maybe that's where it's supposed to sit. I don't know. The back seats I'm also curious about. It doesn't seem like these ones move. On all of the coupes, these fold down, of course. These ones do not seem to fold down because there isn't a pass-through or anything, you know. Instead, you got this motor back here, so yeah, there's a lot of different stuff going on compared to a coupe that I'm not super familiar with, but I didn't see it. Definitely hurt it a little bit in the wreck, and it is rubbing a little bit on this stuff, but we don't really care about any of this anyway. We're going to try and reuse some of this interior bit between the old car and this car and try to piece stuff back together, kind of, sort of, so. Anyway. Oh. So yeah, that is the current progress on the Mustang build. Or demolition, I guess, at this point. So in the next video, we will be trying to tackle that convertible top, get it out, and then working on the doors to get them off. Hopefully the harnesses all unhook on those. I would like to keep the speakers, like I said, out of the doors, and even these ones that are kind of over there, back behind. Keep full use of this shaker system if we can, and just graft them into the new doors and the new quarter panel, well, rear quarter panels. And trying to reuse some of these plastics if we can. So we'll see how that all goes. I'm optimistic that we'll be able to reuse this back seat. Like I said, I'd love to have a back seat in this car. So anyway, that will be on the next episode, and after we get it down the rest of the way, then we'll start cutting. And we'll probably cut the old car first, the 66, and get it as skinnied out as we can, and then dig into this one and cut it, and then try to make the two holes. So it's a lot of work. We got something climbing up in the tree, dropping pine cones. Probably a squirrel. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're doing the outro on this camera instead of that one, but hey, that's just how it goes sometimes. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share the video, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Every view really does help at this stage of the channel, so that's all I can ask for, is just for you guys to just, hopefully you're enjoying these videos, and we'll keep making them for you. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!